In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible team for under 250,000 MT in NBA 2K23 My Team. I mean, this is going to be a great kind of budget team. Yes, 100,000 MT is more of budget, but 250,000 MT, I feel like a lot of people can't afford, and is going to be a really, really good squad. So at the starting point guard position, we are going to be going for the Diamond Shea. I mean, he's a point guard that I use a lot in these team builders, but he's just a very good point guard for about 25 to 30,000 MT. I mean, there's no real flaws with this card. He's a 6'6" point guard. He's got a 6'11" wingspan, and he's just going to be very solid all around. Like, he's pretty fast with the ball in his hands. He's got a 90 ball handle, 92 speed with ball. He's got the Hall of Fame claim breaker and the quick first step badge, which is super important to have on pretty much any point guard in the game. He's going to be decently fast as well. For somebody 6'6", he's got 92 speed, 92 acceleration, and jump shot wise, he does have a really good release. He's got that on quick timing, and then he's also got the MJ dribble style as well. So I mean, this Shea card, yes, he's not maybe the best point guard in the game anymore, top 3 or top 5, but for kind of a budget point guard, still going to be one of the best in the game. Now quickly guys, I do want to say, because I feel like a lot of people may not know this or may not realize this, but for when I'm building these teams, I'm only using cards you guys can buy off the auction house, but I 100% recommend adding as many free cards into this team as possible. So if you guys are grinding those new KG spotlights, and let's say for example you get yourself a Tyreek Evans, right? You grinded the Pacific Division and you took Tyreek. He can definitely be your starting point guard, and then you can have a guy like Shea off the bench, right? Let's say you grinded the Atlantic Division and you guys took OG Anunoby. He can be your starting small forward on this team, and then you guys can just kind of build around the players I'm using. So make sure you guys are using as many free cards as possible. If you guys have a Wang ZZ from grinding the Yi challenges, make sure you guys are using him. If you have Galaxy Super Yi, make sure you're using him as well. So that's just a quick thing I do want to say, is make sure you guys are using as many free cards as possible and kind of building around the team I'm going with. But on my starting shooting guard spot, we are going to be going for the Diamond Luol Deng, another very solid, budget card, just like a guy like Shea. He's been kind of in a lot of these squad builders, but he's just very solid for about 20,000 MT. He's going to be a small forward shooting guard. He is 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, so really nice to see. Obviously at the point guard position, he's got a 93 ball, 90 mid-range, and he's going to be a very good defender, 96 steal, 96 lateral quickness with a 95 perimeter as well. And then he's also got 88 block and 88 interior defense. So I mean, this card's going to be an elite defender, being 6'9". He's just got really good height and really good wingspan, and also does have Hall of Fame challenger, clamps, glove, and menace as well. So I mean, nothing too crazy with Luol Deng, just a very good defensive shooting guard, especially alongside a guy like Shea. Going to be a very good pairing in our backcourt. And then at our starting small forward spot, we are going to be going for one of the best kind of, I wouldn't say budget cards, but honestly one of the better kind of cards for his price tag, and that is going to be Pink Diamond AK-47. I mean, if you guys haven't used this card, he is honestly one of the best defenders in the game. Like, he's 6'9" at the small forward spot with a 7-foot wingspan, but just take a look at these defensive stats. He probably is the best all-around defender in the game. He's got a 94 interior defense, 96 perimeter, 97 lateral quickness, 97 steal, and a 97 block as well. So I mean, this card is ridiculous on the defensive side of things. Obviously gonna have tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges like post lockdown, off ball pass menace, interceptor, glove, clamps, challenger, and anchor as well. They also gave him Hall of Fame claim breaker and quick first step, which is crazy to have on an AK-47 card. Jump shot wise, I know a lot of people don't like his release, but in my opinion, I actually do like his jump shot and think it's very easy to time, especially on quick timing. And then he's also got the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner, but for about 40,000 MT, I do think AK-47 is probably the best defender in my team. And then at the power forward spot, there's a couple of different options you can go with. For me, I'm gonna go to Diamond Giannis. Now, you could go Diamond Thurl Bailey, you could even go Diamond Evan Mobley. Those are also very solid options, but for me, I think this Diamond Giannis just still plays way better than his stats and badges do show, and he's 6'11" at the power forward spot with a 7'4" wingspan. I mean, yes, his stats aren't anything too crazy on the Diamond version, but it's still Giannis in game, and I feel like the pairing with the center guy that we'll talk about in a second, the guy that we're putting at center, I do think Giannis just plays super well next to. Jump shot wise, yes, he only does have a 71 3 ball, 79 mid range, but this year Giannis's jump shot is actually not that bad, and he also does have the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner as well. So for me, about 15,000 MT for this Diamond Giannis is going to be a really good pickup alongside AK, Luol Deng, and Shea. Now with the starting center position, we are going to be going for the Diamond Kristaps Porzingis. I do think he plays really well next to a guy like Giannis, but this Kristaps card has actually gone up in price a ton. I'm pretty sure he's up to like 50,000 MT, which is crazy because he used to go for like 25,000 MT, and I think with people getting banned for some reason, he's just gone up in price a lot. Like, I'm not sure why he's gone up a lot, but he is up to like 50,000 MT. He's still a really good center though. He's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. We don't really have too many great budget bigs in the game. Like for a backup center, I had no idea who to go with, but Kristaps is still really still one of the best poppers in the game. He's got a 93 ball, 90 mid-range, and also does have Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, deadeye, and limitless range as well. So next to a guy like Giannis, I do think this pairing is going to be really nice. Giannis for the defense, athleticism, and all-around play, and then you got Kristaps, who's going to be a really good three-point shooter and makes up for Giannis's lack of shooting. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the starting lineup for the best possible team for 250,000 MT. Now off the bench, we're going to go for another really good defensive card, and that is going to be the Pink Diamond Lonzo Ball. Now there is a couple different options you guys could go with. I mean, for the point guard position for this team, there's really not too many though, but there's obviously a lot of better point guards than Lonzo in the game. But for about 40,000 MT, he's probably one of the better point guards. He's a point guard shooting guard, 6'6" with a 6'7" wingspan, and Lonzo's going to give you good defense. He's got a 92 steal, 93 lateral quickness with a 93 perimeter as well, and then he's also got an 80 block and 80 interior defense. I mean, there's nothing too crazy about this Lonzo card. I'm not going to sit here and say he's like the best point guard in the game or top 5, or he might not even be top 10 anymore. I would still say he's probably top 10, but this is where I'd probably use a lot of my free cards, either on a Tyreek Evans, right? Even a Del Curry is probably possibly better, but definitely use a Tyreek Evans if you guys do have him. But for this team, Lonzo is going to be our backup point guard. Now for a backup shooting guard, we're going to go for probably the cheapest card on this team, and that is going to be the Amethyst Wesley Person. But he is still a really good card. Don't get it twisted just because he's an Amethyst card. This card still gets buckets, man. He's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, and Lonzo's there for defense, so we do need a guy that can be really good on the offensive end, and that is going to be Wesley Person. He's got a 96 3 ball, 94 mid-range, and he does have a really good jump shot, the Oscar Robinson upper on quick timing. Like, it's a really good release, super fast and easy to green, and then he's also got the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner. So I mean, this card can create his own shot. He's able to knock down threes very consistently, having Hall of Fame limitless range and Agent 3 as well. And then defensively, I mean, that's why we have guys like Lonzo next to him. He doesn't need to be the best of defenders, but I think for this team, he's going to be a very solid offensive card. And then at the backup small forward position, we're going to be going for the Pink Diamond Cincinnati Pal. I feel like he's a really good small forward in the game still. Yes, there's obviously way better small forwards, like LeBron's way better than him, but those guys are just too expensive. You know, obviously Tim Thomas, Zion. I would love to have those guys on this team, but for this budget range, we got to go with a guy like Cincy. Even though he's still a really good small forward, he's 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan, and he's going to be very complete. Like, he's going to give us good defense to go alongside Wesley, and he's going to give us really good offense to go alongside a guy like Lonzo. He's super fast, 96 speed, 96 acceleration, and I feel like for this budget range, he's probably the best small forward you can go with, because he's going to be great on both sides of the ball. He's got a pretty good jump shot. He's got a really weird jump shot, I will say. It's a Luka Doncic base, but he's got Carmelo Anthony upper, so a super slow base, a super fast upper, and then that's going to be on very quick timing, but it is a good jump shot in my opinion. And he's also got some really good dribble sigs, able to create his own shot and able to get to the rim with ease. He goes for about, I think, 25,000 MT, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And then for the backup power forward spot, we're going to be going for one of the more underrated budget cards in the game, and that is going to be Diamond Serge Ibaka. Like, he's only about 10,000 MT, maybe 15,000 at most, and he is a really good power forward. He's 6'10" with a 7'4" wingspan, an amazing defender, 95 block, 95 interior defense. All around though, like, this card just plays some great defense. He's going to be able to knock down threes, does have a very solid jump shot, even though it's on normal timing. I would have loved to have seen that on quick, but it's still a pretty good release. But the defense he provides you at the power forward spot is going to be really nice to have. And then guys, like I said earlier, I wasn't really sure who to go with at the backup center, so we're just gonna have to settle here with the Amethyst Taco Fall. He's up to like 15 to 20,000 MT now because of those new spotlight challenges, but I don't really know who to go with else at the backup center spot. If you guys have any other recommendations for a really good budget center, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But this is where I would definitely use my budget cards, you know, especially at the center position. If you have a guy like JaVale McGee, if you have a guy like Wang ZZ, they'd be way better than guys like Taco and Kristaps as well. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my best team for 250,000 MT, and let me know what you guys would change, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.